I'm not ranking these in any specific order, but I would say that this is definitely one of my top 3 favorite palettes I tried this year. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if it's not your first time here, thanks for coming back. So today, I am going to be showing you my favorite high-end eyeshadow palettes that I tried this year. Now, some of these eyeshadow palettes didn't come out this year, but I tried them this year. I'm late to the game on some things, you guys. I try to be current, but there's so much stuff that comes out. So these are the ones that I tried this year that I have gotten a really good opinion on. There have been more that I've tried this year that I'm just still kind of dabbling in, getting my fingers in, putting on my eyes, haven't got my full opinion on yet. Actually, there's a lot of eyeshadow palettes like that because I bought a lot in the past couple months. But these are ones I've used quite a few times and I want to share my love for them with you. I did just upload a 2021 favorites face, cheek, lip products for high-end that I loved that I tried this year. I will link that one down below. This is the eyeshadow palette section because I just have too many. It needs its own video. It needs its own moment. While you're watching this, leave a comment down below if you've tried any of these palettes. Give me your thoughts on them, or let me know what eyeshadow palettes you've tried this year that you have loved. Please, I would love to know. I'm always in the mood to try new eyeshadow palettes. They are my favorite makeup product. So, okay, let's get to it. I have a lot of high-end eyeshadow palettes really to talk about because I feel like I have been following creators this year that are more in the high-end spectrum. They test out and use on their channel more high-end products. So it's dangerous territory, you guys. But I am getting a taste for the finer things. I am understanding why things cost more money. I just am. Don't get me wrong, I love affordable and I love drugstore stuff, always will, but I've got some really, really nice stuff to talk about today. So first of all, I want to start with one that I'm wearing on my eyes. I wouldn't call this super high-end, but I kind of wouldn't call it drugstore either. So it's in the middle. This is the Laura Lee Los Angeles Nudie No. 2 palette. I love this palette. I got this in the beginning of the year. Okay, I'm not sure if it launched this year. I'm not 100% sure. This color story for spring, gorgeous. This just like peachy, purpley, pinky, but also some browns, some neutrals. I love it. I love that I get, again, that peachy color that's gonna match my top, but I wanted a little bit of a purple look as well. So the mattes in this are incredibly easy to blend. They are that perfect cross between pigmented and easy to blend. That's hard to find, that's hard to do. And she did it with this. The colors in this, for me, are perfect. Like, these are colors that I will get use out of. There's nothing in here that I'm like, I probably won't use that. You know, there's no blue or anything. I'm not a blue eyeshadow person. All of these are beautiful. She's got different textures. She's got this one is what I've got all over my lid, cheeky. It is this just like gorgeous, sparkly, like you can look at it and there's multi-dimensional sparkles in it, but you've also got your more straight metallic, like opaque type of shades too. Just beautiful. She did a wonderful job. I like this one better than her original Nitty Patootie palette. I do like that one, but I like this one better. I think just the quality of this one is a little higher in my opinion, and the colors are beautiful. So I love this palette. I'm glad I got to use it today. I haven't used it in a long time, so. Okay, this palette is one I've wanted for years, and I finally bought it in the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale. This is the Persona Identity palette. This is going to be one of my go-to palettes for the winter time. Just this cool slash neutral, but it's got a little bit of warm tones with this orangey color as well. Where is it? There it is. The quality of these shadows is so easy to use. I would say it's a little less pigmented than the Laura Lee one, but these are just easy to use, easy to blend, everyday shadows. The metallics in this are so unique. They are much more of a smooth type of metallic. So if you have textured eyelids like me, where I'm getting a little older and my eyelids aren't as smooth as they used to be, these are just super flattering for textured eyelids. And this Sassy shade is my #1 favorite for the inner corner. It is what I'm wearing on my inner corner today. It is just bright and poppy, but again, not piecey. It's just easy to glide on for that inner corner. I love it. I love all of these shades, and it's something I'm gonna reach for. There's nothing in here that I'm like, I don't know if everything. So glad I picked this up. This palette did not come out this year, but they re-released it at the end of 2020, and I picked it up and I really started using it this year. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette. This is another one I need to take out and use more. I haven't used in a while, but this is going to be a really good winter palette, really good New Year's palette. It is more of that cool toned / neutral color story. I love Anastasia's eyeshadow formula. If you haven't used it before, it's definitely more on the very pigmented, not super beginner friendly, but when I want to sit down and play with eyeshadows and get like a deep, sultry, like fun look, this is a palette that I would reach for. It's got that really light to dark gradient. It's got great metallics. The mattes, like I said, are a little bit more on the powdery, like kick up side, but very pigmented, really easy to bam, get that payoff right away. I love, 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 love this palette. I'm so glad I picked it up. I did see it at my TJ Maxx for $25. So I would say if you're interested, I would check it out because they've discontinued this. And if they're selling it there, that means they're not bringing it back. So if you do see this at your TJ Maxx or Marshalls and you want it, I would pick it up. I highly recommend this one. Okay, and then this is another neutral palette I've talked about on my channel quite a few times, so I won't go on and on and on, all right? Won't go on and on. So this is the Patrick Ta Major Dimension Eyeshadow Palette. So this is just a beautiful, unique neutral palette, okay? It's not just your everyday, boring old neutral palette. It's got a lot of textures in it. The mattes in this blend like on their own. It's really weird. I don't know how they do it. They've got different textures for the metallics. Some of them are more like mattes with the sparkles. A lot of these are more like flaky topper shades, not like super wet metallics. And he's got these two cream shadows that I love to use. I love to use the darker one as a wing actually, and then top it with the darkest matte. Really just unique, beautiful, expensive, but very unique and beautiful in my collection. This is one that I bought towards the beginning of the year, and it is one that I love and that I reach for more on an everyday basis. This is the Ofra and Samantha March Life's a Draft Mini Mix palette. So it does have 8 eyeshadows and 3 cheek products. I love these all-in-one products. I feel like they're so easy to use. If I'm in a rush and I just want one thing to use to do my entire face, I want to reach for something like this. This is definitely more of a softer, not super pigmented formula. So this is great for beginners. And this is great for those days, again, where I'm in a rush. I don't have time to sit and blend my eyeshadow. I don't have time to like create a dark, smoky look. I just want something pretty soft that I can go to work in and not look like I'm, ready to go for a night out at 10 o'clock in the morning. This is a great one for that. Pretty sure this is no longer available, so I don't want to hype it up too much and get you guys excited if you haven't tried it, but I love it. I also love the cheek products in here. I think they're beautiful. Really happy that I have this, and she did a great job. All right, and then I bought 4 new Natasha Denona palettes this year. So let me go over them. This is the Natasha Denona Glam palette. This is beautiful, okay? Before this year, I don't have it up here. I had only ever bought the Mini Lila palette, and I liked it. According to others, it's got lower quality shadows in them, but actually I liked it. I don't know, I didn't think it was that bad of a quality, but now that I've tried these other ones, like I'm addicted to Natasha Denona now. It's a dangerous, slippery slope, you guys. They're expensive. These palettes are not cheap. I don't know, I want to try more. Anyway, the Glam palette. This is beautiful, okay? It just is. Just a very, again, glam moment. I love that you've got a range from light to deep in the mattes themselves. I do prefer a more matte heavy palette. This has a lot more shimmers than mattes, but I like that I can create a look with all of the mattes. Like I don't have to reach into another palette to get like a dark matte or a light matte or anything. It's got everything I need to create a look. Gorgeous. The quality is obviously amazing, and I love this for more like night out, smoky, sultry looks, but you could also create a daytime look with this as well. I also picked up the Love palette from Natasha Denona when it went on sale on Sephora for half price. I remember I was in the airport and I was at the bar and I was looking on Sephora, because that's normal, right? And I saw that it went on sale. And this was the first time it went on sale, and I was like, oh my goodness. And for some reason, I stopped myself and I said, okay, put it down, get on your flight, and when you get off the flight, if you check your phone and it's still available, buy it. I gave myself a couple hours to think about it. And when I got off the flight, it was sold out. So I said, okay, that's my sign. I didn't need it. I didn't want it. But then it went on sale again. And I said, I'm not waiting because I kept thinking about it. Do you guys ever do that? Like, you stop yourself from impulse buying and you let yourself think about a purchase. And if you still think about it, do you buy it? I don't know. I tend to do that. I give myself time, but I kept thinking about this one and I'm really glad I did pick it up. This seems like a kind of intense, like scary, colorful for me palette, but I've been getting really good use out of it. I really love these pinks and purples. I'm excited to get even more use out of it, and I'm glad I got it at half price, honestly. This is another Natasha Denona palette. I cannot open it up because one of the shades came broken, and if I open it up, it'll fall out. So this is the Mini Metropolis palette. I love this palette. I have already talked about this a million times, and I'm gonna be quick, but I love that it's got this very interesting shade selection. You've got your 3 mattes that you can easily create a look, transition, crease, deepening color. You've got your gold that you can put all over your lid, or if you wanna travel with this, you can make it a little darker with this green. I truly love this color scheme. Of course, I won't be traveling with it because it's broken. Yes, I'm still bitter about it. This gold shadow is like so super sparkly. It's gorgeous, and I love a gold shadow. I love this little mini. I think I'm gonna get a lot of use out of it. I really like the colors and the quality is unbelievable. And then I would say out of the 4 Natasha Denona palettes, this is the one I've gotten the most use out of, and it's the newest. So that's interesting. So this is the Natasha Denona Face Glam palette, or Glam Face palette. I got mine in the shade Light. I absolutely am loving this palette, you guys. The eyeshadows are incredible quality. The mattes are just perfect. The metallics are super foily, like sparkly, just gorgeous. Like, the cheek products are really nice. I'm not much of a highlighter gal, to be honest, but this highlight just makes your skin just look wet, not sparkly, not glittery, just shiny, gorgeous, hydrated, beautiful. This cream blush, I like. It's definitely more on the subtle side. So if you like a subtle cream blush, you would like this. It does take some building up, in my opinion. That's probably my least favorite thing about this whole palette, but I still like it and I still use it. I definitely use a brush with it. I tried to use a sponge with it and I didn't feel like I was getting enough payoff. So I use a brush with this and I feel like it's pretty nice.
6 hours later.
So I'm back. The camera died. Last time you saw me, it was hours ago. I've gone to a winery today since you last saw me, and now I'm back. I can't exactly remember where I was, but I'm gonna say I was talking about the Natasha Denona Glam Face palette. So this is great. No, actually, I did talk about this, right? Okay, so I guess I was just down to the last palette. I'm not ranking these in any specific order, but I would say that this is definitely one of my top 3 favorite palettes I tried this year. And this is the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette. I've talked about this already a million times. I'm not trying to beat a dead horse here, but it's gorgeous. And it is completely, in my collection, it is completely unique. I don't have anything like this. The textures, the mattes are just gorgeous, beautiful, blendable, soft and wonderful. These metallic-y, like shifty shades. I don't have shades like this in my collection. They're just so like sparkly, multi-dimensional. I'm so excited to have this palette. I need to use it as much as I can because it just makes me happy. And I love it, and I'm really glad I have it. All right, you guys, and that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. That helps me out a lot when you do that, and I hope that you'll subscribe before you leave. Let me know down below about any of the eyeshadow palettes that you tried this year that you are loving. I would love, love, love to hear it. I did place a pretty big order for some more eyeshadow palettes. There were some good sales going on, so stay tuned for a haul on that. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye.